Jones, Executive Director of Leadership, Ashtabula County, and today we are here with Kelli Jones, who's a graduate of the class of 2013.
Yes.
So, which, gosh, how many years ago?
5.
5 years.
Yeah.
It seems like forever. Because your class was very active, very, not very boisterous, but you had a good cast of characters in your class. So everyone just worked on projects together, just really, from the very beginning, seemed to just gel well together.
And I think I definitely would agree. We always joke we're the best class. And, 25 members for the 25th anniversary 5 years ago.
That's what it was.
Definitely meshed well from the opening retreat in Chautauqua to made some of the best friends in my adult life here in Ashtabula. It was a great welcome back to the community working in Ashtabula.
It was a very fun year. In fact, I remember something that was very significant to me with that class year. That's the year I got married.
Yes.
I got married the summer after that, but at graduation, the class had given me a charm bracelet, and it had charms that represented our different class days. And so when I got married, I had that. It was on my bouquet because it was just very significant of my, what we do here in the community, and it was a really special year because your class was a huge project, and we're very successful in executing it. So it's a lot of fun. One of the things I want to ask you though is, and I know the answer to this. A lot of people know the answer to this. What do you do now?
Well, it might come as a surprise, but I am now the youth program manager for Ashtabula, for leadership, Ashtabula County.
It's amazing.
Yes, I know. I know it's a shock to you. So, but very excited to start in this past July.
And when we started in July, all I could think of was, okay, expect the unexpected. It's very hard to describe what a program year looks like. And it's really hard to describe, okay, this is exactly what's going to happen because it kind of depends on how the year is going. So when we talk about even our signature program, the mid-year retreat, a lot of people ask, well, what's the topic of the mid-year retreat? Well, in October, I can't tell you that yet. And we need to see where the class is at, where they're at in terms of, kind of leadership development. What do they need as a group? And I think with the youth leadership program, it's very similar. And you're spending your time, watching how the two different, because it's 2 class days.
Yep, 2 groups.
You're watching how are these groups working together. What else do they need, throughout this process? So something that I feel like people have no idea about is the project process with leadership. And so what is it? What do the kids do?
So one of the things that I really wanted to focus on this year was the fact that they could really hone in on projects that they were passionate about. And also, too, while each program day, so we visit Ashtabula County and we learn about the different industries similar to the adult program. But at the opening retreat, having the kids take a vested interest in what does it mean to be a leader, identify those personal traits, and work on developing those personal traits throughout the program year. And along with that, they were identifying different topics that they wanted to see changed within Ashtabula County. So they were identifying everything from the environment to mental health awareness, animal welfare, the opioid epidemic. How could they work in teams to help solve some of these challenges?
And I feel like that is something that's so important for people to know about because people sometimes don't know what is youth leadership. And I think that the thought is that, the kids are seeing different locations in the county and meeting community leaders. And absolutely, they are. But there's so much more to that. And it's really a lot about that skill building that they need kind of for those next steps. So that project process is so significant because we spent a lot of time over the past 5 years in that concept of design thinking. And also, as you know, and most of our schools are looking at now is, the PBL, which is that project-based learning. And it's the concept that the kids need to be hands-on with what they're doing. They need to, kind of develop that empathy for, okay, what are we trying to solve, and not be afraid to fail. And that iteration process in itself with, okay, here's what I think the answer is, sometimes it's not. And that piece is something that's been a huge theme all throughout the year, is that resiliency. And with our seniors, we see that as well as something that, okay, we really need to work on this because what we're finding is that our students need to know that A, it's okay to fail, B, it's okay to try again, and C, reach out for help. And, trying to think of a few specific examples even that you've seen in this class year where you've really seen the students kind of get that aha moment. So what would you say in the course of this year was one of those moments?
I think the mid-year retreat. We've done a great job. Our youth advisory group, business professionals in the community, they've really given up a lot of their time to help our teams with their projects. So the mid-year retreat, it's really nice to see. They get a lot out of having the lunches during their days so that they can talk about their projects, they can brainstorm, they can see what's working, what's not working. A lot of them, as they work through their projects, some of them are afraid to fail, and you can see that. So having them submit something that's not exactly perfect, how they think of it as perfect, but having them send it so that we can provide that feedback, I think has been really an important part of the process.
One of the things I love is students last year, they worked with Luke, John, and Crystal in Solutions to Workforce Development. I've gotten 2 phone calls this year from different huge manufacturing companies locally that said, hey, can we see some of that data again? Can we see some of the solutions that the students came up with, because we want to hear their voice. And one of the projects that I was really excited about, because I was here for one of the meetings, the students that are working in education, and with that group, I know they met with Representative Patterson, and he's just changing the face of things at the State House. Everyone's talking about the school funding proposal that he and Representative Cupp are working on. And I mean, that's huge, huge news. So what was the project piece? Like, what is that group of students working on? Or what are that?
Yeah, so the education group, it's funny because that was a self-identified. That came up during the discussion. They really were interested in education. The way it's funded, the way classes are structured, what they're studying in classes, and looking at a more, what do students themselves want to see in types of careers. So it's
That's
a survey.
my favorite part, because we're over here trying to make all these decisions for the kids. We're like, this is what they want, they need more of this in the school, and I love that they identified, like, maybe you want to hear us. So they're going to send the survey to all the high schools in the county?
Right. So they've started with a couple schools already, and then they've reached out for us to help kind of facilitate where they should email the survey to help with that distribution. And then hopefully next year they'll be able to stay involved with Representative Patterson and testify down at the State House.
That's awesome. That's a really great experience for the students, and then they kind of get to see how they make change happen, which I absolutely love. So now I'm looking at the clock. We're like 2 minutes left, and I know it's going to cut out. What's your favorite thing to do on the weekend with your family?
That's a hard one.
I know. Well, you have a son and a daughter. How old?
Yep. So Harper is 3 years old, and then our son Robert is 8. So we are one of those families, I feel like we're always on the go.
Yeah.
So it's always nonstop. But the weekends are a great time for us to kind of regroup, get ready for the week. We always do Friday night pizza night. It's a big thing in our house. Yeah. Friday night pizza night, and baseball season.
Yes.
It's starting.
Yes. And I know it's you and your husband are, run here, practice, drop everything out, drop kids out here, go to another place. Which I feel like so many people, when I hear them, are like, okay, we've got travel ball, we've got this, we've got that. That's hard. And I think that that's sometimes really tough in that balance in work, family, and then all the interests that kids have. So that was something we talk about a lot in some of our groups, is like work-life balance. And so many people say, okay, how do you do all these things? You don't stop and think about it, right?
Do it.
Yeah, you don't ever stop and go, well, we plan it out, and this is, no, you just go.
Emergency surgery.
Yeah.
Crazy work schedule. Sometimes we're going on the weekends. Yeah. My husband works either he works every weekend right now, or he works every other weekend. We've dealt with the most random medical stuff. So the past few weekends it's been like sickness. I mean, it's February, March.
That's what I keep thinking about, because you always think, okay, my son's not feeling well, or my daughter's not feeling well, or stomach hurts. I always think it must be their appendix. And meanwhile, I'm like, does this hurt? I don't know what the appendix is.
Yeah.
But last week that actually happened too, and just out of the blue, random thing. We handled it very well.
We thought it was stomach flu, and it turned out it was
emergency surgery. Yeah, for a 3-year-old.
Yeah.
And the next day, back in the office. So nicely done. So all good. Well, let me think. Another question. Favorite flavor ice cream?
Maybe mint chocolate chip. I'm not a big ice cream person.
Yeah, I am. I actually ate like half
Ooh,
a
what's
pint
your
of
favorite?
mint chocolate chip last night, and it
Oh,
had like chocolate fudge in it, so it was really great. I like rainbow sherbet.